Modern Horizons 3 is in full swing here. Now, for those of you who don't know, a while back I made a video making a joke that with the arrival of Flare of Cultivation, which was basically a free cultivate, that Modern Horizons had finally fulfilled the 4 or 5 year old joke that my LGS was making, that it was actually Commander Horizons. Now, I said at the time, this joke could end terribly. Well, let's see how it's going. So, we have the Flare cycle. So, we have Flare of Cultivate, which is Cultivate on a stick, which I said before, that's a commander spell. Nobody plays that in Modern. Flare of Duplication lets you copy an instant of sorcery. Now, that is a very common commander effect, but I could see maybe... Problem is, right, I don't see a place for this in Modern. Like, a burn deck's not going to sacrifice a Swift Spear to copy a Lightning Bolt to get the finisher, on the off chance they have a dead card in hand. Flare of Malice, I could see this actually seeing played. This is an edict effect that forces opponents to play creatures thing. Flare of Denial is a counterspell. I mean, every blue free spell is a counterspell. Prove me wrong. And finally, Flare of Fortitude, which lets you gain life total can't change, and you and opponents you control gain hexproof and indestructible. So it's Teferi's Protection, basically. Not as good, but it is part of Teferi's Protection. So this cycle is definitely powered down on probably the right level, and also the fact that you have to sacrifice creatures to trigger the spell's free cost is interesting. Also the fact, as I said before in my Elementals video, the fact that their instants and sorceries definitely does a lot better for the format than having more free creatures. So yeah, I would say it's half and half here. It's kind of leaning a little bit into Commander, but there is some playability in Modern. Let's have a look at the rest of the deck. Oh look, Crick, Son of Yawgmoth, reprinted and given a ton of stuff for Commander. Literally even giving the Commander side profile border art. Yeah, I cannot see a place where this... Look, maybe there's some sick combo I don't know about, but I don't think this is going to be playable. And it's another reprint of a Commander card. Looking at the rest of the cards here. We then got a new cycle of Flip Planeswalkers, which I'm super excited about because I love Flip Planeswalkers. I had the original Origin ones. They're some of my favorites. So I think these could actually see Modern play. They are very aggressively costed, and if you look at them in terms of their flips, they come in with low loyalty. They don't do anything too impactful that would kill, like, indicate that they're meant to be played for Commander. But they do also have some very good triggers. So I think these are definitely for Modern. So we're seeing, Modern cycle. Okay, interesting. Let's keep looking. 6 mana Aura that gives you a second upkeep. Well, that's clearly a Commander card. Nevergoyf, that's definitely a 1 mana Tarmogoyf, so that's definitely a Modern card because that wouldn't even see play in Commander. Let's keep going down. I'm sure there must be some interesting stuff. Meltdown, Princess of Titania, we've got more MDFCs, which is very cool. We've got some Devoid creatures. Wildwood Symbiotes, definitely for Modern to try to make Elves a deck now that Fury's gone. But with that in mind, let's go to our multicolored cards and see what's going on. Oh look, we have the completion of the Titan cycle. Well, I'm assuming there's going to be more. This is the Lightning Helix Titan. So this is for the Uro and Croxer, which is very cool. And that definitely could probably see play somewhere. It's not as good as Uro, definitely, but it definitely has a place. This looks like a Commander card. It's a 4/4 for 5. 5 mana in Modern is fairly unreasonable, but Ward does protect itself. But it wants you to have modified creatures and double your counters. Counter-based decks need to be more aggressive than that could be. Then we have Breya and Kalia. 2 4-mana commanders that, yeah, these are commander cards. Literally, they're not even hiding that they're just reprinting all commanders into... Now, with this did happen before with the original Modern Horizons 2 where they had Kess, the Dissident Mage, but Kess did see a little bit of play in kind of a Wizards and a Control decks. I can't see a place, like, here's the deal with these cards: they don't come down and immediately do anything. So, turn 4 with Rare, you make 2/1/1s. Okay, cool. But then you got to have 2 additional mana to do some of these effects. Yeah, these effects are powerful, but I don't think they're game ending. Then if we go across, there's also Kalia. You need Kalia to survive a turn with 2 toughness and then hit someone. That's crazy. And then you have to also be holding a big dragon or demon, which means that your hand, if you don't have Kalia, like, there's no defending this card for Modern. This is strictly just a reprint to get new art for Kalia. Then we have the Necrobloom, which is a 1/2/7 plant that says when landfall enters the battlefield, create a plant token. But if you control several more lands with different names, make a zombie. Well, that's Field to the Dead on a commander. That's pretty cool. But it's a commander again. Like, yes, Field of the Dead got banned from Modern for seeing playing Amulet Titan. But you are not going to run this in an Amulet Titan list. You are not going to Titan and then pact for your Necrobloom to get a couple of zombie tokens. You know, if you can keep it alive. But, you know, I mean, this whole section is just Commander Central. Then, the section that truly grinds my gears. We get 2-sided modal double cards with multicolored spells, which is great for me, because I'm going to put these in my Commander decks, ironically, and maybe try them out in some Niv lists. I don't think they could see playing Modern, but, you know, it might be interesting to look at. But the one thing that really irks me is this one. This final one, the Simic one, is devoid, so it has no color, so it's technically not a Simic card, and it can't be grabbed by Niv Mizzet. Why, Wizards? Literally, one card in the cycle is not compatible with the deck that I want to play it with. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's very cool, it's very interesting, but a lot of it does feel very sketchy to Commander. Let's keep going. I'm sure it's nothing too bad. Oh, literally a medallion cycle. Literally the epitome of Commander cards, in my opinion. Like, where are you going to play these anywhere? Worn Power Stone. Maybe that'll see play in some Lizard deck. I don't have a clue. We have an Affinity creature, so that actually does feel relevant. Another Infinity creature is good for Affinity. Winter Moon is a good hate piece that stops people from untapping, but yeah. Genuinely and unapologetically, I do feel that my original joke still stands. This really does feel like Commander Horizons. Well, we still got half the set to come, so let's hope that I get proved wrong. Come on, Wizards, for once in my life I don't want to be right.